Hey guys, back in the greenhouse. It's the 22nd of March, so we're just at the Equinox here. 12 days, 12 days, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. So let's check out how the cannabis has been doing. So outside I think it's like 50 right now. You can see inside of here it's 71. It's pretty sunny right now. And so this is the Oregon lemon. It's got a nice little stretch going. Looks to be doing fairly well. Not sure if we really gained anything by putting it out a bit earlier this year. It's been quite a cold winter here, so but it's been warming up very gradually, and our highs are in the 50s now, so we're doing quite well. But as a comparison, you can see here's some peas that I planted in the secondary cover area. And you can compare them to those peas over there that were outside the secondary cover. And these are, a couple inches ahead of them. So definitely makes a difference. You can see all this other stuff sprouting up. Some of it is, wild seeds. Like this, I think is like that lamb's quarter stuff. And then this lettuce looking stuff here is probably dandelion or some other thistle relative. Then we have some grass, I'm not even sure what that is. And then this stuff that looks like carrots is probably the wild carrot that grows around here. But we do have similar looking stuff that I've been intentionally trying to introduce as a weed. So some of that stuff that looks just like carrot is dill. That's what that is here. And then next to it here you can see cilantro. And then towards the back I seeded a couple rows of stuff. So here's a row of beets. There's a little row of lettuce back there. Some more beets, some carrots. You can see how well these brassicas have been doing. And I put in some more over there more recently. So this is the sherbet here. So yeah, everything's been doing really well. Oh, hold on, I can show you something else. So this actually is a tomato volunteer. So we had a bunch of tomatoes growing here last summer, and a bunch of them fell down and seem to be seeding themselves. Oh, there's two more right there. Oh, and here's one. There. Alright, so that's good. So that kind of tells us we're ready to probably plant out some vegetables out here as well. And I went ahead and seeded some stuff already. I'm trying to do all my stuff in the greenhouse this year. Usually I use my little indoor setup to grow vegetable starts. But here we got a bunch of peppers and tomatoes. So there's a paprika variety, Spanish mammoth, white lakes, then the eggplant mitoyo, prosperosa, tupeperoso pepper, tomato, Japanese black trifle, black vernissage, carbon, lollipop, which is a cherry tomato, and pineapple. So we'll see how those do. They're under this secondary cover in this shelf that's been converted into a hoop structure. And down here some more brassicas. I've actually planted out most of them outside. But I just want to show you kind of a pro tip here. If you're growing starts it's really good to put them in a bed of compost, because then they just send roots into that, and it'll make them a lot more stable towards drought, so you don't have to water every single day. Yeah, in fact, during the winter, I barely watered these at all. And you can see these cabbage starts here, what kind of root systems they have. So if you do it this way, it's actually more beneficial to have containers without any bottoms at all. And sometimes people make them out of, you know, newspaper or use even toilet paper rolls. You can see that root system there. It's growing in this composted wood chips. And you know, the compost builds up as well. So that's a really good way to do it. Alright, so I'm actually going to plant some potatoes today as well. I'm going to put some directly into the ground here and some into containers like we did last year. So here we have red Lesota, purple Viking, and German Butterball. Along with that, I want to put down some radish. I should have done this a while ago, but I didn't get any seed. So here's Easter egg 2, which is like a multicolor round one. So I'm actually going to do it kind of like a cover crop style. And there's no reason why you couldn't grow something edible or useful as your cover crop. I'm still going to leave the roots in the ground and leave the foliage down here, or feed the foliage to the chickens. So what I might try in this section here is just sowing on the surface. So I'll just do that right now. Obviously, if the chickens had access to this area, they would probably come up and eat all these seeds. Okay, so there they are, just on the surface. And I'm just gonna go through and just do that. That's it. Okay, so we'll see if those come up. And then, if I wanted to be a bit more sure about it, can do is make a little furrow just in between these brassicas. And remember to seed successionally so that you don't get one huge harvest at once. It's better to seed a little bit in intervals. Okay, so that's probably going to be good for first seeding, and we'll come back in a week or two and plant some more. And we'll probably do it in the outside of the secondary cover, and then eventually outside as well of the greenhouse. So you can see one of the chicken tractors has already gone outside. The one with these two gals here is still in here. And so let's go take a look at the other one, which I've just upgraded a little bit. You can see in this one, they have a laying box up there at the top corner that's made out of a crate. And it's accessible through this window here. This door. There's some eggs, and it's just chicken wire in there to block the holes of the crate. So that works pretty well. Keeps them from laying it on the ground, which isn't too bad if you have a good deep compost mulch. Yeah, it's a great spring day. You can see the currents are progressing. There's a little flower cluster there. Here's two black currant bushes, and I love this freaking bush here. none of the cannabis I grow really compares to how much I like this bush here. It's just perfect. Just the shape and the trimming of it and everything. It's gonna produce a ton of fruit this year. And so you can see this blackcurrant variety is a bit earlier, so it's a bit further ahead. And it already has the flower clusters. There. And then this is a white currant. And you can see that it's even further ahead. And sorry about the focus. Really struggling with that today. So it has these tiny little flat flowers. You can see those top three are open there. And so they'll produce a little cluster of berries. And this is a red currant and this is a white currant, but as far as the species are concerned, they're exactly the same thing. Both Ribes rubrum. It's just this is a variety basically without the red pigment. And there's yellow ones as well, and pink, stuff like that. And then these final two bushes are gooseberries, which are the really prickly ones. Have these thorns on them. And they're even further behind. You can see they're only just starting to bud out. There. This one next to it is a bit further ahead. That little patch of green right there is red sorrel. And you can see how finely it's been mowed down. The chickens love this stuff, and so do the deer. Come in and the chickens will come in and mow it basically to get all the top tips. And the chickens eat the tulips as well, which is kind of unfortunate. You can see a couple tulips coming up right there. So this is where all the brassica starts went. Also been munched by the deer. Anyway, so you can see I added a platform up there. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Oops. There. And so hopefully they'll use that to sleep and lay on. And I made the same type of opening right there on the back so I can access it for the eggs. But it'll take these girls a while to figure that out. So these are all other currants that were started from cuttings of different varieties. Some of these are got from my grandfather and stuff. Some I got from my friends. There's another gooseberry there, and there's a really small one there as well. And then this is a red currant. You can see the rhubarb's been growing really well. And this is golden willow. Then the strawberries are just starting to come back to life as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And keep on growing.